nice trip.
Yeah, I did, hon.
Looks like there's 5, 6, 7, 57 million boxes here.
Well, you see,
let me guess, $50, $50, $50, $50 more. So when you pass away, I'm auctioning off everything in here.
Oh, no. Don't do all that. Don't do all that, honey. See, I was doing some trading, you know.
Oh, a trade. Trade.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so...
See, actually, what you don't realize is that...
Hang on. I think maybe... How about... Should we make some trades right now?
No. We're not. Don't worry about any of that stuff in there.
Don't
worry about
any
of that stuff in there. See...
No trades? You have some good trades I can make up here.
No, that's not...
I'm going to New York next year.
Oh, you're going to York.
I'm going to York, and you know what we're doing?
What are we doing?
We're going to make some trades.
No, we're not doing any trades.
$50, everything on the table. $50.
Whoa.
I'll have the busiest table there.
No, I don't think we're going to do all that, honey.
Catch me at York next year.
Here we go, guys. Hey, what's up, gang? Welcome back to another one here on High Rollers, Roads, and Rails. As you guys saw in the intro, I made it home from York. And I know this video is a bit delayed, but as you can see, somebody wasn't very happy about my trip to York. So we're going to get into that right now and more on High Rollers, Roads, and Rails. So yeah, guys, I just got back from the Eastern Division of the TCA's York Train Fair, the fall edition. And guys, we had a fantastic time. A little too much of a fantastic time. I know I said I really wasn't planning to pick up much at York, but yeah, some things happened. But all in all, we had a fantastic show, guys. And I'm really excited to talk about some of the cool stuff that we got behind me here. But first off, I really want to thank you guys, the subscribers that came up to me at the York show. So you guys know I was working with Bob. Bob's Trains for You was in his booth Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And I really appreciate you guys that just came up and said hello and chopped it up with me for a minute. And then some of the guys that came out to the evening events over at the Lower Susquehanna Modular Railroad Club. It was just a great time. And honestly, York, that's what it's all about. It's all about the networking, the meeting people that you only get to see a couple times a year, or putting names to faces that may be here in the comments or, you know, on the Discords and all that. So it's really great to meet you guys, and I look forward to many more Yorks. So I want to start out by giving some special thanks to some people that made this fall York an incredible trip. And first and foremost, I want to thank our good friend, Mr. Bob Bueller, Bob's Trains for You. Bob brought me in, put me up room and board, and had me come work his booth Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and it's really an enjoyable experience. It's almost just as much fun to be selling the trains as it is to buy. So, and Bob, if you guys don't know, is the president of the Eastern Division of the TCA. So he's basically in charge of the York show. So he put a lot of faith into me to basically run his booth in the Orange Hall. And I'm really appreciative of that. And I'm appreciative of him and his support and his friendship. So, Bob, thanks very much. I also want to give a big shout out to Travis Moody with Moody's Locomotive Works. I told you guys in the pre-York video that we had a special surprise coming. And honestly, I didn't think it was going to be done. But, man, Travis knocked it out of the park. Now, it has something to do with this real pretty yellow box right here. So we'll get into that later in the video. But thank you again with Travis Moody, Moody Locomotive Works. He does all kinds of upgrades, specializing in Blue Nami. So if you guys are interested in maybe having one of your engines upgraded, you need to go holler at Travis. Also want to give a big shout out to my good buddy, Sam Gable. So Sam is also kind of involved in this project right here. And honestly, if it wasn't for him, that wouldn't have been able to happen. So thank you very much, Sam. And last but certainly not least, I want to thank all the guys with the Lower Susquehanna Modular Railroad Club. And guys, that's kind of the, I'm going to say, nightlife after party place that a lot of guys are going to York. And they're right in Columbia, Pennsylvania, which is about 15-20 minutes away from York where the show is at. And those guys are super hospitable. that come in, people that purchase trains. You can run trains on their absolutely beautiful layout. And also they're providing food and drinks, some cold brews, and it's always a good time. I actually went Friday night and Thursday night, and it was a great time. So if you ever are coming out to York, honestly, it's the best part of the show, in my opinion, is the social aspect, and you're going to get that over at the Lower Susquehanna Club. So make sure you go check those guys out if you're ever at York. And thanks again for y'all's hospitality. All right, so I know you're tired of hearing me ramble on. Like I said, I had a great York, but let's get into what I got over my shoulder here. So here it is, gang. This is my York haul from the 2025 Fall York. And as you guys can see, we got a nice selection here. No orange boxes this time. I'm proud of myself. No orange boxes, because you guys typically know that's my MO as far as engines go. But we did pick up some engines, so never fear. So let's go ahead and start. We'll start with these, because you guys know I'm a big N&W guy, and I was super stoked to pick up all of these Atlas Steam Era die-cast hoppers. And these guys are pretty hard to come by, so I was pretty stoked that I picked up 8 of these. The guy had them all on the table, and he didn't want to break them up. He wanted to sell them as all 8, so that's how I purchased them. I may sell a few of these because there are some duplicate road numbers, but you know, I had to pick them all up in bulk, and he gave me a great deal. And carrying on with freight cars, got this really nice Seaboard Airlines boxcar. I didn't have any Seaboard in my collection, and for some reason this one just caught my eye. I like the silver, I like the graphic on the side of it, so just caught my eye, and got a great deal on this. This came out of the Orange Haul. I can't remember exactly which booth I picked it out of. Now this empty box is an Atlas Woodside reefer. That is actually right there. So I picked this Atlas Woodside reefer up from Trains with a Z, and picked this up actually right before the show started, and they gave me a great deal on it. So this was one that I've been looking for a while. I really like war bond stuff, so it was an easy one to pick up. Now the caboose that's behind it, that is an MTH Premier MTH center cupola caboose. And I picked that up from Vince's Trains. Now, this was actually a pre-York purchase, and I just picked it up from him at York. I bought this off of eBay, and he just brought it to York, and I picked it up from him. So, super stoked to have that. It's really hard to find stuff that's lettered for Steam Era N&W as far as cabooses. So I'm super excited to add that to the collection. Now, on to the bigger stuff. So, you guys see here we got a couple of big MTH boxes here. What do we have? Well, you guys know that I have some Southern Railway engines, and I didn't have any Southern Railway passenger cars. So my buddy Bob actually hooked me up on this. So I kind of picked these up. These weren't really exactly a York purchase, but they were at York, and I kind of took it out of the stuff that we had for sale. But these are a 5 and a 2 car set of the ribbed streamlined Southern Railway cars in silver. So I really wanted the silver passenger cars, so that's what's in these boxes here. We're going to take a look at those in just a minute. Now, on to the locomotives. I want to show you the boxes right now because I want to get up on the layout and actually talk about the engines. So let's jump up there right now. Alrighty, y'all, and here we are up on the layout to talk about my first engine purchase at York. Well, actually, this was a second engine purchase, but it's the first one we're going to talk about right here. And no surprise here, no shocker. This is a Norfolk and Western Class J, number 611. So, you guys know how actively involved I am with 611, being a crew member on the engine, and like every picture in my room is of 611. But I haven't had an actual model of this engine, and I really wanted to pick one up. This was one of the things that I was kind of eyeing at York to pick up. And fortunately, I got a great deal on this one from Brady's Trains. Mr. Brady, I really appreciate you giving me a good deal on this. And I really wasn't going to buy it. I kind of talked myself out of purchasing this engine, but he made the deal so sweet, I really couldn't say no. So this is a brand new Proto 3 MTH 611. And this is from the most recent 2025 run. So this engine is new. And it just looks and sounds phenomenal, guys. So super stoked to have this here. And this was really the reason that I wanted the Proto 3 is, it has the spirit of Roanoke on the window, just like the one that I'm a volunteer on. So this is, especially coming off the Goshen trips here recently, this engine means a lot to me, and I'm really glad to have it. So we'll talk more about this engine in a later video. I'm going to run it here for a little bit so you guys can check it out. But we'll actually do a full review on this at some point in the future. All right, now coming right behind the 611, here are those passenger cars. So, aren't these gorgeous cars, you guys? Man, I was so stoked to pick these up. These are some of my favorite passenger cars, is these silver Southern cars. And my whole goal with these is not necessarily to pull them with Southern power. The way it's ran on this train right now, with a J on the front, is exactly how the Tennessean was pulled from Bristol, Virginia to Lynchburg, Virginia, as that was a co-run train between the Southern and the Norfolk and Western. So this train is actually prototypically correct. And so that's why I really wanted these silver Southern cars. And man, they are just phenomenal. Look really good. These are later run cars, so they are LED lit. And it's hard to tell from this angle right here, but they do have people in them. So really nice cars. I've got all 8 of them, so this makes a super nice looking train. So big shout out to Mr. B, Mr. Bob Bueller. He got me these cars. Really excited to have them here in the collection. We'll run them here in just a minute. Alrighty, y'all, and without further ado, here is the one that I was the most excited to show you guys. This was my first engine purchase of the fall York. Second one I'm going to show you here. This is a Sunset Third Rail K3 Water Buffalo in the Norfolk and Western paint scheme. And guys, this is a beautiful locomotive, all brass construction. And you guys know this is a Mountain, so it's a 482 locomotive. Now, these are kind of rarely known in the hobby. The K3s were I'm not going to say failed Norfolk and Western experiment, but they weren't the most popular engines on the N&W. They're pretty rough riding engines, and the engine crews really didn't care for them much, so they sold these engines off quickly. But Sunset Third Rail did these models years ago. This model is well over 20 years old, and we have put a bit of new life into it. Now, the purchase of this engine came from a really good friend, Ken, that was at the show. And Bob actually picked this engine up for me on Tuesday. I wanted to make sure we secured this one well before the show started. And from Tuesday, that's kind of where Sam Gable comes in, because he met Bob at the show hall on Wednesday. He was down early for York, or up, I should say. And he got this engine from Bob and shot it right over to Travis with Moody Locomotive Works. And guys, Travis had this Blue Nami conversion done in this engine in 3 hours. So unbelievable turnaround time, and I'm super grateful for that. So again, Travis, thank you so much. But yes, so Travis installed a Blue Nami soundboard in this engine, and 100% no regrets. We're going to talk a little bit more about Blue Nami in the future and the upgrade that he did on this engine. And you'll see in the clips ahead, this thing sounds phenomenal. And this engine is 100% deserving of its own video, which is going to get later on. But quickly, we'll just take a quick look at this thing and just take a look at this beautiful brass detail of this thing. This is one that I'd been looking for quite some time. So very, very excited to have it, and very, very excited to have my first Blue Nami conversion engine done. And this is not going to be the last, guys. I think I'm going to take all of my older third rail models and have them converted to Blue Nami. It's just that phenomenal of a technology. So without further ado, we're going to do some run-bys of this engine and some run-bys of the J, and just take a look at some of the stuff that we purchased here on the tracks. So guys, hope you guys enjoy this little run session coming up.
direct wire or do you have to put something?
You have to use a relay.
Okay.
You got to use a relay.
Relay.
I put fan driven blades on my stuff.
Yeah.
But same principle. And there it is, gang. I hope you guys enjoyed those trains that I picked up from York. And again, I'm sorry that I really didn't film much at the show. I was just so busy networking with people and working for Bob and honestly just enjoying my time and really wasn't worried about filming too much. So I do apologize for that. I'll try to do better in the spring. But what an incredible show. Guys, if you haven't been to York, what are you waiting for? You need to go. It's the Super Bowl of O-gauge trains. I definitely plan to be back in the spring, so we'll be back there for that. And I hope to see you guys there. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, I just ask that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I need some help here, guys. I need to start making some YouTube checks or something because the wife is not very thrilled about some of these purchases. But anyway, thanks so much, guys, for watching. And we'll see y'all down the line.